La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Now, Hazrat Muslim Maud Raziallahu anhu explains how can we gain Irfane Ilahi. A lot of times we might be making mistakes. We might not be doing it right. For example, he said that sometimes people, they put a lot of effort into worship, they spend day and night, and they don't succeed. And they end up giving up hope. They start thinking that, okay, maybe God doesn't even exist. But they don't realize that in the same way that we have to work hard and work correctly for anything in life, that applies in spirituality as well. So when we work for something in the world, when we gain an education, when we want to become rich, successful, whatever it is, we'll sacrifice for years before we actually see results. We'll trust in the process and we'll see incremental progress in that process, but we will stick to it with hard work and consistency. So when just for the wealth of this world, which is insignificant, we're willing to work for years and years in order to get those results, then when we look at spiritual wealth, then it's even more fitting if we had spent thousands of years to earn it. But Hazur says that it is a blessing of Islam and Allah Almighty that by following the teachings of Islam, we can gain Irfane Ilahi with just a few years or even a few months of hard work. So Hazur explained that when we're striving to gain nearness with God Almighty, when we're striving for recognition of Allah Almighty, then we have to keep this in mind, that we are approaching it in the right way. We don't just try blindly, and then when we fail, then we just give up and think that it was God's fault or God doesn't exist or any of these things. No, we have to reevaluate. Now, Huzur said that there's three things that we should keep in mind. And these are just three basic points we'll go over very briefly in today's video, and we'll cover more in future videos. He said that to gain Irfane Ilahi, it is necessary to pray, to work hard, and to work correctly. Now, when it comes to prayer, that is a prerequisite, and that prayer has to be done correctly as well. It's not just that we only pray and we do nothing else. If a person is doing that and only that, then he's doing it wrong. So Huzur explained that, for example, if you had to study for an exam, or if I had to study for an exam and I wasn't studying at all, I just said that I'm going to pray and do nothing, and I'm going to trust in God, then I would fail. In fact, I would be making a mockery of the concept of prayer. So as long as we are able to work, we have to work along with prayer. A person who just prays and doesn't work, then it's just he's using prayer as an excuse for laziness. So this applies to Irfane Ilahi. If we've just been praying and doing nothing else, not learning the science of spirituality, not working hard, if we've just been praying, then that may be a reason why we're failing, because we're not correctly using prayer, we're not praying in the right way. Then there's many other things that we can learn about correct prayer, but that's one thing that's important. The second point is hard work, effort. We just went over that. The same way we put a lot of hard work, years of effort, hours and hours in effort into gain something, that applies with spirituality as well. We should evaluate how much effort we put and how important it is for us to gain recognition of God, to experience Him. Then finally is correct effort. If we are praying, if we are working hard, then if we're still not getting results, we should evaluate if our effort is correctly guided, because intelligence is needed as well. If we're banging our head in the same wall and we're not getting through, we need to step back and reevaluate, re-strategize, look for where the door is. So the teachings of Islam, they teach us where the doors are, how it is that we can advance in spirituality. So applying correct effort, learning the science of spirituality, learning the teachings of Islam, following the teachings of Islam, all those guides through the Uswa Hasana, all these things that Islam has taught in how to gain recognition of God, these have to be applied. So these are three things that we should keep in mind, that these are the three principles. And then we're going to learn more and more about their intricacies as we go forward. So we have to pray with sincerity and pray in the correct way. Then we have to work hard, put in the actual effort. And thirdly, we have to put in the correct effort. We have to use our intelligence. We have to learn religious knowledge. We have to follow the guidances of Islam correctly. And when we do this, then inshallah, we will gain Irfane Ilahi. We will advance in spirituality and in recognition of God Almighty.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.